Subaru is finally getting back into the game. After a decade of mediocre models and a generally lethargic approach to creating cars, Subaru CEO Atsushi Osaki decided to spice up the model lineup and bring back the company's glory. It's time for us to welcome the era of reliable, fun, and practical vehicles as Subaru CEO just revealed 4 new models for 2024 and shocked the automotive world. Number 4. Subaru Brat. One of the most important vehicles for Subaru's conquest of the US was, undoubtedly, the original Subaru Brat. It was an affordable, practical compact pickup truck that won the hearts of countless Americans, just like the new Ford Maverick. And so it's only logical for Subaru to bring their legendary pickup truck back, as the market is currently obsessed with compact pickup trucks. However, for this resurrection to be properly successful, Subaru will have to differentiate itself from the current king of the segment, the aforementioned Ford Maverick. To do that, Subaru will offer something that the Maverick never could, and that is an off-road ready suspension. Since the Brat is expected to share its platform with the famed Subaru Forester, going off-road won't be a problem. This is because the Forester and in turn the Brat have a proper AWD drivetrain as standard, and not FWD or FWD-based AWD. It'll also have increased ground clearance, as well as a rugged workhorse-ready exterior. Furthermore, since it'll use the Forester's 2.5-liter Boxer 4, you can expect it to also be much better on the road. Since Boxer engines tend to be so low-slung, the entire car's center of mass will be considerably lower compared to inline engine-powered vehicles. And also, let's not forget the fact that the 2.5-liter Boxer 4 can run laps around the Maverick's 2.5 hybrid in terms of reliability. Sure, the Subarus of the past have been known for their head gasket issues. However, modern Subarus have had that issue sorted out and have been nothing short of amazing in terms of reliability. Compare that to the 2.5-liter from the Maverick, which tends to go up in flames and take the car with it from time to time, and you'll understand how big of a difference the Boxer 4 makes. Another key benefit is the level of equipment. The Maverick is, as we all know, an incredibly under-equipped car at the lower end of its price range. Well, unlike the Maverick, the Brat will come with a fair bit of kit even as the base model. Speaking of the price, the Subaru Brat is expected to be even more affordable than the Ford Maverick, making it an even sweeter pick of the two. However, unlike the Maverick, the Subaru Brat will only be available as a 2-door cab layout, which might be a deal-breaker for some. However, if that's a concern, don't worry, as Subaru's also got an ace up its sleeve, and that's the next entry on our list. Number 3. Subaru Baja. Where the Brat fumbles, the Baja starts shining. Just like the Subaru Brat, the Baja is designed to be a direct competitor to the Ford Maverick. However, unlike the Brat, which is closely related to the Subaru Forester, the Baja will utilize the larger Subaru Outback platform. This will make it far roomier than the Brat, and in turn, the Ford Maverick, which has a considerably shorter wheelbase, and it'll make sense for it to utilize a 4-door layout. That said, thanks to it being a larger vehicle from the get-go, the Baja is expected to either utilize a similarly large truck bed or possibly an even bigger one compared to the Maverick. Oh, and it'll also be even better on the road than the Blue Oval's compact pickup truck. This is because of its large and wide wheelbase, combined with the Boxer 4 engine and a much more driver-oriented suspension, which all make the Baja a true menace on the road. Plus, it'll also retain the Outback's off-roading qualities, and most likely even double down on them with certain trims, which will increase the ground clearance, stiffen up the suspension, and make the car's exterior considerably more rugged. Oh, and that wasn't enough. You'll also be able to opt for the incredible 2.4 turbocharged Boxer 4, with around 250 horsepower at its disposal. Yes, you're right, that's the same engine found in the famed Subaru WRX. When it comes down to the pricing, unlike the Brat, the Baja will be comparably priced to the Maverick, and it might even be a tad more expensive. However, we'd still take it over the Maverick, as the added kit, drivability, comfort, and utility are simply worth it in our opinion. Plus, who doesn't love the sound of a good Boxer engine? Honestly, the only reason why we'd understand anyone going for a Maverick over a Brat or a Baja is the fact that the latter two don't offer a hybrid. However, as established, the Maverick's hybrid is simply not worth the hassle, and it's unreliable at best, and a hazard at worst. Number 2. Subaru Forester. What got us hooked on Subaru's promise of returning to its roots was the recent reveal of the all-new Subaru Forester. You see, despite it being capable both on and off-road, The outgoing model of the Subaru Forester has undoubtedly been a very old, cheap, and boring-looking car. Everything just looked and felt mushy and tired. And while its interior was full of equipment, it was also as charismatic as a plank of wood. Well, thankfully, the upcoming model will be a massive improvement over its predecessor in both segments. First, the exterior of the car will now be much bolder, with no unnecessary creasing. The biggest difference will be the front fascia, which will now bear an angry set of sleek headlights that are harmonically incorporated with a larger grille. If we're being honest, the front reminds us of the Honda CR-V, which is most certainly a good thing, as we believe that the CR-V is by far the most handsome car in its class. Furthermore, the interior, which was eerily boring in the previous generation, has been completely turned around. The interior quality has been improved drastically, and there are considerably more soft-touch plastics in it now. Furthermore, the mess of a button fest that plagued the center console has also been completely redesigned and is now much sleeker and much better designed from both a functional and an aesthetical standpoint. The biggest difference is, without a doubt, the large Tesla-like screen, which opens up the whole interior. That said, we don't like the fact that the climate controls have been integrated with the screen, as it would be far better if they were left as buttons and dials. But you can't win them all, can you? Under the hood, the familiar 2.5 Boxer 4 also makes a reappearance. However, it has been tuned a bit differently compared to the previous generation. The biggest difference is the fact that it now makes 2 horsepower less than the previous generation. This is a result of Subaru's intent to improve gas mileage for the new Forester. Still, despite this massive power loss, we believe that you won't even notice a difference in terms of performance, especially since it'll be paired with the same old Lineartronic CVT, just like the previous generation. Honestly, we would have liked to see an actual automatic this once. However, we're still not getting it. However, all is not lost, and the reason why we're still expecting a reappearance of both automatic and manual transmission lies in the next and final entry in our list. Number 1. Subaru WRX STI. Let's be honest here, Subaru hasn't been the same ever since they dropped the WRX STI. The brand's downfall began with them dividing the WRX lineup from the Impreza model line, and they hit rock bottom with the current-gen WRX, as they completely dropped the beast that was the STI. If that wasn't enough, even it has been equipped with a CVT gearbox, which is just bizarre. This was a big stab in the back for Subaru fans, as everyone loved the brand for its rally heritage, and to see them drop their legacy, pun intended, for nothing was disheartening at best. Well, it seems that Subaru realized how disappointed the fans were, as they've recently started hinting at a rebirth of the beloved WRX STI, and not just any comeback, but a full-fledged comeback of the original enthusiast-ready STI. It is expected to sit on the same platform as the current-gen WRX. However, it will be a completely different beast. It is expected to shed as much weight as possible, as well as increase the power output to well over 300 horsepower. Furthermore, it'll also reintroduce automatic transmissions, and possibly even DCTs to the Subaru lineup. This will later translate to the other models in Subaru's lineup, which further cements their intent of recreating the brand's magic. What's more, with its appearance, we can also expect the current-gen WRX to get a massive redesign that'll make it much nimbler and turn it into a proper sports sedan with rally heritage, and not some fat has-been, which it is. Let's face it. All in all, the WRX STI's resurrection is supposed to symbolize the rebirth of Subaru as a brand itself. If they double down and release it, you can bet your heart that Subaru will have returned its pride and glory.